Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
This was something scary that happened to me when I was 10 years old. I was leaving school, heading back home. My walk there was only about 7 minutes. As I was walking, I felt like someone was following me. I turned around, but I didn't see anyone. Thinking that I was paranoid, I kept walking. A few minutes later, I finally arrived at my house. I got in, and I immediately went upstairs, and I started on some homework. I was doing my homework when I heard some noises. It sounded like someone was knocking at the door. I also want to point out that my parents were at work, and they weren't going to be back until around 7 p.m., so I had the house to myself, so I knew it wasn't them. I went towards the door, and I looked through the peephole, and I saw a strange man. This man looked homeless. He had on a trench coat and baggy pants. He had dirt all over his body, and he was just standing there at the door, knocking on it. My parents told me to never answer the door for anyone unless they told me that they were expecting someone, so I didn't answer the door. But the man kept on knocking. Slowly, his knocking turned into slamming.
Hey kid, can you open up the door? I just need help. I need to get a police officer down here. I've been hurt in an ambulance. That's all I need. Please open up,
the man said while banging on the door. But I did not budge because I knew deep down inside that it was a lie, and he was using it as an excuse to try to come in. The man continued to hit even more harder at the door, and I was afraid that the door was going to break down. I grabbed the home phone of our house and I called 911, and I gave them all the details that I possibly could while keeping my voice in a hushed tone. After that, they said that they would be there in about 10 minutes. But for me, 10 minutes felt like an eternity. But to make sure I was safe, I ran in my room and hid in my closet. That's when the man started to get more violent with the door. Eventually, he was able to succeed and unlock the door by kicking it down. And I can hear his footsteps walking around the kitchen area, the living room area. And then I heard his footsteps coming closer and closer till it got to my room. I can hear my doorknob moving ever so slightly. And the worst thing about it, my room did not have a lock on it. So this man was about to enter into my room. But before he could take one step closer, 3 officers came up right behind him and tackled him down to the ground. The man let out a horrifying yell. The officers were able to subdue the man and put him in custody. 30 minutes later, my parents came home crying and hugging me, thanking God that I was safe. After I explained everything to the officers, they all left, along with the man who broke into my house. I'm just glad that I was able to call 911 in time, and that I feel truly safe, because there was no telling what that man was going to do to me had the officers not arrived in just their nick of time.